It's striking actually how stark and graphic that set of pictures is, given that they were taken in the middle of a pub. But the story starts before that. It starts with an advertising shoot that I did for a company called Attenborough Associates.
Okay, Dad. So today I was hoping we could talk about Nigella Lawson. So I know you've shot Nigella, I think around 8 times. So there was
More, 9 times, I
nine
think.
times. Well, there was one particular shoot I wanted to talk about, which looks very young. The pictures are amazing, and it's the one which is hopefully flashing up on screen right now. So
The reason my attention was drawn to these images was Oisin Rogers, who has a pub next to Piccadilly Circus.
yeah, I'll put it up on screen. We'll find it post video.
He got in touch, he emailed me. And when I did a bit of research, he's got work by Tracy Emin and other artists, not even that I'm an artist, but in any case, it was pretty cool. And
Yeah.
so I sold him a print. And it was,
Hopefully, I'm in the pub right now showing you the Tracy Emmett
yeah.
and all the other prints.
Apparently it's up on the wall, so you can go and check it out. It's striking actually how stark and graphic that set of pictures is, given that they were taken in the middle of a pub, in the middle of Shepherd's Bush.
What, these pictures were in a pub?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah.
I
It
didn't
was
know
so bizarre. But the story starts before that. It starts with an advertising shoot that I did for a company called Attenborough Associates. I think it was sort of point of sale advertising for Royal Worcester or some kind of ceramic company. And so I got to know her then.
And that was the first time you shot her?
That was the first time I shot her. Then I came to her house in Shepherd's Bush, and it was a really quite memorable but sad and poignant occasion because I was photographing her husband, John Diamond. And at the time, he was dying from throat cancer.
Right.
And so it was a difficult situation because it was memorable because basically he asked me if I wanted to have a cigar with him, and it was smoking that was killing him,
Right.
A bit like Richard Harris when he asked me if I wanted to go for a pint with him, and he was kind of living at the Savoy, and I kind of didn't turn down that opportunity. That's another video for sure. I said, yeah, sure, I'll have a cigar.
Yeah, you can't say no.
Yeah. So we were standing outside, his house, having this cigar, having done the shoot, and I took pictures of him riding his little scooter up and down with a cigar, I think, sort of out of his mouth. But it wasn't a normal situation. It wasn't me being a professional photographer going into someone's home and kind of taking something. I had to be more sensitive. And I think that set the blueprint, a blueprint that would be kind of one of having a little bit of an advantage over other photographers when it came to photographing Nigella, which I did, as I said.
Because you were close with
7
her,
or 8 times, yeah.
Because you were close with her ex-husband.
Well, I wasn't a friend, but I think I was trusted and,
been around.
I've been around the block. So then I shot her for The Observer, and I got a really nice shoot. I mean, that's a whole nother video. 1 month passed, and I think it was the Scotland on Sunday. They asked me to photograph her, and it was a book launch in a pub in Shepherd's Bush. And I was thinking, do I even want to photograph her again?
Do you know the pub name?
We'll flash up the diary entry.
Okay, I'm curious.
It's one of those big kind of Victorian pubs that's all open and stuff. And I arrived with my assistant, and I had a white backdrop, and it was all open, and there were loads of people there. Everyone was drinking white wine.
It's a posh pub, yeah.
And there was a big sort of stand with her book, which she gave me a copy. And
was she quite famous at the time then?
She was getting there. Yeah, she was pretty famous.
Yeah.
But I sort of felt it would be really easy because I'd just been with her a month before. It was really strange. So I photographed her, the advertising shoot, then I came to her house with her husband.
What's the time frames? Try and throw in some.
All within months.
Okay.
All within months.
So all 8 shoots were within months?
No, the first 4 or so,
Okay.
half of them were all in the early noughties. So I'm setting up. She's busy. She's surrounded by important people, And so I just decided to set up a colorama in the middle of the pub. I didn't ask anyone's permission. I just set it up, with stands and big 9-foot colorama. And I just had my ring flash. And I'd done lots of pictures with daylight in the previous shoots. I'd done flash. I thought I'm just going to try something different. And she had this amazing black dress. She looked like Cruella de Vil. Maybe not Cruella de
I
Vil.
think that's an insult, actually.
No, she looked really gothic. She looked like the queen of the goths.
Yeah, gotcha.
Incredibly striking.
Like dark eyes, dark
Dark
hair.
eyes. Yeah, absolutely. Kind of my type.
Okay.
I can't say that. But I mean, she's everybody's type, isn't she? I mean, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Were you married at the time?
yeah, I was married to your mum.
Oh.
And so basically she was aware of me setting it up, but she sort of like gave me a knowing smile from across the room. She was with her party, talking to all these people in publishing and the journalists who'd been invited. And I was ready to go. I think I only got like 15 minutes or something like that. And she sort of sauntered over, a bit like Mae West, who was a sort of very sexy siren of the
Going
past.
too far.
She literally did. She sauntered over,
Right.
and before I could say anything, she looked me up and down and she said, "You get around."
What?
She said that. She
Why?
said, because
just because you previously shot her. Oh, okay.
In other words, I was so busy. She said, "You get around." I blushed. It was so, it was crazy. And so, it was nice to see her again. And we took these pictures really quickly with the ring flash. And they're the best pictures I took of her.
Yeah, for sure.
And subsequently, I shot her for the cover of Life magazine. I shot her more advertising shoots. I shot her digitally. I did her over the coming years, I shot her lots of different times, but nothing matched the energy of those pictures with the ring flash.
So these are your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why we'll add the print of Nigella to our
website.
Prints for Sale shop.
Check out the website if you want.
Yeah.
Big old, A3 print of Nigella.
Absolutely. And the Oisin Rogers, the guy who bought the print, he kind of reminded me of the power in a sort of doing things quickly with energy and capitalizing on a pre-existing kind of connection.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. She doesn't invite me around for dinner parties, but she knew who I was and we had a connection. She knew that I was okay, and so it was very relaxed. And as I said, there's a
It produces good pictures.
Yeah, and also people forget how I mean, she's striking now, but she's a very striking person. She had real charisma. As Florian, my son, your brother, would say, she has aura.
That's a good way to put it, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And have you had any syndication? I know she's had a lot of books.
I mean, I'm sure. I don't think it's been used on any of her book covers, but I'm sure the pictures have been helpful in generating revenue subsequently.
Okay.
More emphasis on holding onto your copyright of the images you have. Actually, there's a big potential sale coming up, which we might talk about if it happens.
Yeah,
which illustrates this in abundance.
Yeah, and if it does happen, we'll make a video.
Yeah.
Cool. So check out the print on the website. I think that's good. Is there anything else you want to add? Shout out to Nigella.
Shout out to Nigella. And
good person.
Yeah, I like her. She's kind of quite inspirational, and I grew up. My mum, your grandmother, was a brilliant chef. She was a home economist. She worked with Robert Carrier, and she had a little box we can flash it up of all her recipes and everything.
Yeah, still got like food stains on them and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's part of my sort of DNA is loving food. I mean, we've grown up with great food, haven't we? You like cooking as well. Yeah. So it's always thrilling. We should do it.
My favorite thing to spend money on is going out for food.
We've been holding off on doing a video on Jamie because I just think this whole phenomenon of people who just show their love for food is a positive thing.
100%.
One of life's great pleasures.
Chefs don't tend to do football, and chefs don't tend to do too well on the channel. Like Ottolenghi didn't do great. Gordon Ramsay, not ideal. But who knows? Maybe Nigella will get some clicks.
Maybe she'll buck the trend.
Yeah. Put her face big on the thumbnail, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated.